Kevin Gates is one of the most polarizing figures in hip-hop history. For better or for worse, Kevin's impulsive antics constantly make headlines the public cannot ignore.
I got a tattoo of him on me because I love him. Ain't no never been in my dog mouth.
Just my touch started the car battery, and that I done did that more than once.
Dog can eat a whole, you heard me, I'm out here. Find me that can say he stuck his dick in me.
However, going from teenage convicted criminal to international hip-hop phenomenon is something that does not come easy, and the systematic struggle Kevin experienced throughout his youth would contribute to lighting the fire inside of him that shines through his music today.
I done buried more of my and more family than I ever did in my life.
Yeah, you assaulted me.
When he get out there, the police gonna blow his little brains out and they gonna be picking him up off the ground.
He should have let him live so we could.
People not gonna understand that I can't die. I've tried. I can't go.
For rapper Kevin Gates, he is facing battery charges for kicking a female fan.
Kevin Gates was born in New Orleans and moved to Baton Rouge shortly after, being the eldest of three with a younger brother and a younger sister. After their parents separated, Gates and his two siblings were forced to move in with their grandparents. His grandmother was an English teacher, and his granddad was in the military and worked as an attorney on the side. Gates and his siblings weren't the only kids they took care of either. Within their family, they took in up to about 20 kids at one point. And I'm sure with grandma being a teacher and granddad being in the military, there was some solid leadership in that house, but with 20 kids, it's hard to connect with every single one. And unfortunately, that left Gates to fall through the cracks and be influenced by street dudes, gangsters, and drug dealers. As a child, Gates had always been accelerated and showed a clear path of a talented poet or artist. However, it seemed that his influence from the streets would get in the way of everything. At only 13 years old, Gates would be arrested as a passenger in a joyriding incident. When he was released, Gates would try to get back into school and try to be a normal kid, but things just didn't seem the same for him, and he said that school just never seemed like it was his thing. Though Gates would continue to hang out with the wrong crowd, he was arrested again at 17 for stabbing somebody in front of a movie theater, but this time it was provoked, and Gates was acting in self-defense. And while Gates was locked up, he got word that his biological dad had passed away after being diagnosed with AIDS. Gates would be released and still focusing on music, signed to Dead Game Records and dropped Pick of the Litter. Gates had really built up a reputation at this point, and people knew him as a real street dude selling drugs and standing on business. It's in one of these interviews where he says, "I've always just wanted to be a real street dude, not a basketball player or none of that other stuff that everybody else wants to be."
And I never looked up to no basketball players or nothing. I never had those as role models and father figures in my life. I always looked up to street niggas and gave it up.
And Gates knew more than anybody else that this lifestyle does come with consequences, after being arrested under firearm and drug possession charges. And on top of Gates having prior convictions, the courts decided to run his 2 charges consecutive, which he was then sentenced with 5 years. Thankfully, Gates would behave himself behind bars, while getting out early and earning a master's degree in psychology while he was locked up.
But you got me on camera?
Yeah, boy.
You know, Kevin Gates, certified breadwinner, back to, back to the basics. I'm free. I'm free. I only been home a day, my radio smell like what?
After being released, he really hit the ground running, leveraging his affiliation with Boosie, dropping music videos and doing more interviews to get his image up. At this time, Gates still had a huge buzz from his tape All or Nothing, and wanted to inspire the young kids of his city by visiting his old high school.
I done watch my little young soldier DJ, you heard me? I go to the NBA, so
Gates would be seen all over the city freestyling and becoming somewhat of a local celebrity at this point. He felt that this was the perfect time to drop his next project, Make 'Em Believe, which would be his first project after doing 30 months in prison. This is the project that would change Gates' life forever. After Make 'Em Believe dropped, the one and only Lil Wayne and Birdman decided to reach out, which are New Orleans natives themselves. They wanted to help Kevin bring his sound to the next level, which is unfortunate because Gates' parole officer would lock him back up after a traveling violation. However, before he got locked up, Gates and Birdman had a conversation about Gates being his own boss. which influenced Gates to start Breadwinners Association as soon as he was released, and drops the classic mixtape Luca Brasi. After this mixtape hit the streets, Kevin Gates' talent was absolutely undeniable. He was getting deal offers left and right. However, Gates decided to sign with Atlantic in some sort of joint venture deal with Breadwinners Association and having Young Money as a manager. Now that Gates had the label backing him, he wasted no time dropping another project called Stranger Than Fiction, which hit number 37 on Billboard. All of Gates' dreams were finally coming true. He was signed to a major label, just hit Billboard, and was about to start his 4-week tour. And don't forget, still backed by Lil Wayne and Birdman, and in 2013, this was a huge deal. And unfortunately, there seems to be a pattern that every time Kevin really starts to get some momentum, he has to go back to jail and do some time, this time under another parole violation. Now, thankfully, these violations are only about 4 months on average, and this was in November, so by about March 2014, Gates drops By Any Means, which hit number 17 on Billboard. At this point, everything he put out was hot, so much that in May 2014, they put him on the XXL freshman list. Now, I know XXL freshman list has lost its prestige a little bit, but at this time in 2014, this was like the prime of its growth. And thankfully, Gates was able to stay out of trouble because in June 2014, he finally got off supervised release, just in time for July, where he would start his second tour, the 6-week By Any Means tour.
I love you, Kevin Gates.
Out all the lying, trying to be something you not. I say I got, you say you got.
Gates was kind of becoming a household name and skyrocketing himself into fame, and starting to find himself as more of an online personality than just a rapper. It's around this time that he would kind of mold into the Kevin Gates that we know today. People would constantly troll him about the openness that he has talking about sexual topics, including this clip where Gates is shocked at the support that he gets after openly talking about eating some booty.
So, I was asked about it a lot. People asked me, Kevin Gates, you eat booty? And, so I got on Instagram and I was just scrolling through my comments and I was like, yeah, I eat booty. Real niggas eat booty. Real niggas please they bitches. You know what I'm saying? But I thought I was going to get bashed for it. But they had so many brothers that was in support of that, just were like, yeah, Kevin Gates, you telling the truth.
Once he finished his tour, he did a DJ Vlad interview where he talks about being a father, not only to his biological children, but other men's children too.
A lot of kids.
No, I don't have a lot of biological children, but I hate to say this on camera. You can't tell them that I'm not their biological father. But I don't like to make the distinction between.
Yeah. No, I understand.
Because I got a lot of children that I take care of and do for, like, one of my newest daughters, she probably about, I don't know how old Jara is. She just added to the family, you heard me? Her daddy and got, messed up, so, I take care of her now. iPads, Jordans, everything. I don't get to see her or nothing like that, but I send her my money, he'll take care of her.
He clearly got this nurturing aspect from growing up with 20 other kids in the house. He also talks about doing time and how it's helped mold the man he is today.
And I always ask God, like, man, why I always got to get the short end of the stick? You know what I'm saying? Why I always got to get the raw end of the deal?
Well, but
But with great power comes great responsibility, so I had to be molded into what I am.
Gates would stay up for days, nights, even weeks, just dreaming about the day that he would make it as a rapper. This sort of mantra birthed the idea and genius marketing campaign, I Don't Get Tired, which was the name of his 2-time platinum leading single featuring August Alsina, and at the same time selling the energy drink as well. Around this time, Gates' provocative antics kind of came back to haunt him when he was on the red carpet and somebody asked him if he was part of the Eat the Booty gang.
Man, you shit the world up, man, with everything you was talking about, man. Eat booty gang, man.
No, I didn't say that.
You didn't say that?
Yeah, I'm not part of the Eat the Booty gang. I like to think my own thoughts and feel my own feelings, and I don't get tired.
Finally, we get the sequel to the Luca Brasi series, Luca Brasi 2, which hit number 38 on Billboard. Now, after that red carpet video, the I Don't Get Tired campaign was in full effect, and Kevin would really start his campaign for saying the most outlandish shit online. Beginning with the clip of him saying that even after finding out a woman was his cousin, he could not stop being intimate with her.
Man, y'all gonna stay out my motherfucking business. So you mean to tell me if you been fucking with somebody for 3 months, you heard me, everything beautiful, and your grandmother come tell you one day, you know that's your cousin. Y'all done got the hard part out the way. Why fuck up a good thing? I don't get tired.
Yeah, and as bad as that one is, this next one is pretty bad as well. This next one, he felt disrespected by a woman, and he told the woman that she should be lucky to be in his presence, so much so that she should suck the dog's dick.
Kevin, you sick if you want to hope for to suck your dog dick. Let me tell you something, bitch. Why you all up on a nigga page, you heard me? I wouldn't even let my dog smell your pussy. Wasn't nobody even talking to your ugly ass. That's why your shit smell like shit water. I don't get tired.
Alright, this last one isn't as bad, but to finish off the I don't get tired campaign, Gates says that Obama's fucking up his bag and wants him out of office immediately.
Niggas so stupid. Talking about change gonna come. Obama been in office. I done buried more of my niggas and more family than I ever did in my life. All he did was fuck the nigga money up since he been in office. Please get this nigga out of office. Fuck, I don't get tired.
Including with that banger single, this was all perfect promo for the tour coming up. And the I Don't Get Tired tour was about to be the biggest one yet. While on tour, he did drop this project Murder for Hire, but you didn't hear much about it because there was a heavy incident that happened. Gates was performing in Louisiana when a woman in the front row was tugging on his shorts. Gates didn't appreciate that and threw a kick in her direction.
18-year-old Miranda Dixon still in pain.
It still hurts, so I don't want to keep touching it.
Her chest after this stunning incident caught on video at Club Rumor in Lakeland on Friday. Police say rapper Kevin Gates forcefully kicking Miranda so hard she says she had to go to the ER.
I can't believe it happened still.
Neither can our viewers. This post on my Facebook page has gotten millions of views, countless comments of them criticizing Gates, some using such strong language we have to blur many of the words. Miranda saved her money, paying $35 for his concert, and while she's no longer a supporter, her mother always taught her to try and be the better person, and that's what she's committed to doing.
I forgive him. I forgive everyone. I just wish he would have never done it, and I'm not a fan of him anymore.
It's up for debate whether or not he made contact, but that didn't stop him from getting charged and sentenced to 180 days. While on this stint, it looked like he was also banned from the correctional facilities in Louisiana after flashing cash in the Elaine Hunt Correctional Facility. Gates would be released early, and he would come out and release a song called The Truth, responding to all the recent events. Kevin would take this time to turn his life around when asking his longtime girlfriend Draca to marry him, and they now have 2 children together. Now, Gates was ready to start his media tour for his upcoming album, Isla. And I don't know if it's intentional, but it seems after this point, Kevin kind of gets a little bit more provocative and awkward with some of these interviews.
There's been a lot of controversy surrounding you with the woman who's, allegedly accusing you.
I got a song called The Truth.
I know.
It explains everything.
I know you do.
You can say what you want to all day. You can talk. You put your hands on me, we going to jail in Lennox. Because you got to stand on principle when you're a man. You got to stand on principle. I tolerate no disrespect from anybody.
So do you
now
agree
I can understand.
with men hitting women or no?
No, I don't agree with, like I said, I don't tolerate disrespect from anybody. And then you're a woman. You heard me? Now if you were to slap me in my face right now, you wouldn't be conducting yourself like a woman. You would be conducting yourself like a whore. It's a difference. But let's be honest. If you were Nicki Minaj or Beyonce, I'm only speaking hypothetically. I'm only giving an illustration because I said this before. And I just felt compelled because you was touching my spirit to come stick my dirty ass fingernails in your pussy and give you a yeast infection.
You would not make
to touch one's genitals without permission or consent is a sexual battery. Would I be right? So you probably got a pretty pussy too. You probably get a Brazilian wax, tight little lips and everything, and I with 2 fingers in your shit. I'd be wrong.
Wrong, you would. You'd be wrong as hell.
You ever notice how people with gold teeth, their breath stink?
Breath smell like, ooh.
But
like who did it?
You sitting over there, but you can't smell my breath. And I haven't brushed my teeth before I came in here. It's because I floss. You have to floss.
Of course.
Then they got the new floss, so they got the water can.
Thank you for coming. Look.
I'm holding.
No, we get that. We get that. Look, it wasn't purposely. It was just, you know what I mean? Okay, you know what I mean? Hold on. Look, there it go. There it go. yeah, we gonna have to wrap this one up. Look,
touching one without consent is a simple thing.
Here we go. Look, you prepared on all time.
I'm saying you felt compelled.
Okay.
You know,
you verbally assaulted me earlier then. Well, you did. Never mind. You said hypothetically.
And you agreed.
And then not only that, you verbally assaulted me because you said because it looked like you got old pretty pussy. So how am I supposed to take that?
That was a compliment.
No. That's a sexual.
So you saying
you assaulted me.
So you saying you don't?
You know what I mean? You assaulted me.
So you got bumps everywhere.
You assaulted me.
Speed bumps. Hairs and shit.
We gonna have to continue this conversation later. Thank you. Thank you for coming, Kevin.
Because I'm saying if a woman was to tell me, Kevin, I bet you got a big pretty dick, I'd be like, well.
But then she would come off as a whore, right?
No.
So that's come on now.
Standard.
Man,
Thanks for coming, Kevin.
No.
Now, this wouldn't be the only time that he would have a controversial interview. Shortly after, he would go on The Breakfast Club and say some crazy shit also.
Now, Kev, I'm gonna be honest with you now. When Atlantic reached out and they said they wanted you on the show, I said no.
He turned it down.
And the reason I said no is because last time Kev was here, we had a great conversation. I felt he was a very knowledgeable brother. But I've been watching him on that damn Instagram and online, and he be doing some weirdo.
And didn't you give him donkey of the day?
Yes, I did.
Right out of the gate, Charlamagne wants to address his relationship with his dog.
When I saw the video when you was like, if the girl won't suck my dog's dick, she gotta go. I'm like, what?
Oh, no, that ain't really happen like that. But what I was saying was, you ought to be trying to suck the dog dick. Because he loyal. And my dog loyal. That's what I was just saying. I was using that as a metaphor? As an analogy. I wasn't trying to make her.
Yeah, that's a terrible analogy.
And after explaining why he doesn't like to wear a wedding ring, he's asked about the girl that was kicked at the concert, and he responded that he wanted to show his daughter who was there that when you act like a whore, you get whorish results.
I made my vow under God. And like I say, I know a lot of people that wear wedding rings, you don't honor that. That's just jewelry. That's an ornament. My ring is my actions. My actions gonna show you what it is with me and my woman.
So you don't feel like you was wrong for kicking the girl?
I never, you said, did I kick the girl? I'ma say this, my daughter was with me that night. You hear me? And I want her to see, you don't conduct yourself like that. You conduct yourself like a whore, you get whorish results.
Finally, we get the long-awaited album Isla, or Isla. I can't remember how it's pronounced, but it's also his daughter's name. And this album hit number 2 on Billboard. And with every drop, Gates always has a publicity stunt waiting up his sleeve, including on Hot 97 when he said he loves Draka so much that he would even let her sleep with another dude and it wouldn't bother him. I call cap, but he said it.
It's a beautiful thing with me and her, and to be honest with you, our relationship isn't based on sex. It's great, it's wonderful, it's the best I ever had.
It's not based on that. That's what makes it beautiful.
But it's not based on that because like they asked me in an interview if your wife wouldn't have sex behind your back, I wouldn't care because she loyal to me.
Next, Gates would weigh in on what he calls BLM hypocrisy.
That's bullshit. When you stand for something, you gotta stand for it all the way, not halfway. And I said it before and I'm gonna say it again, and fuck who don't like it. You know what's worse than a nigga? Another one. He should have let him live so we could kill him. Niggas hate on niggas. Niggas steal from niggas. Niggas kill niggas.
Oh no.
Come on, man. Help your brother, man. Don't hurt your brother.
He would then take time to say that he salutes the shooters in Baton Rouge, which at this time in Baton Rouge, there was a chain of assassination-style police murders.
I stand for what's right. Us talking and all that ain't right. But how they stood up in Baton Rouge, you heard me? I can salute that. Keep it G with me. That's all I ask of you.
Lastly, Gates said that he wanted to get Corrine Gaines' face tatted on him, which Corrine's story is very unfortunate, resulting in her being gunned down by police and her small child being shot in the arm as well.
I was watching a video of this lady, Miss Gaines. This lady said, if you put your hands on me, you will have to murder me. Oh my God, man. I love this lady. I'm going to get this lady face tattooed on me. Call her crazy, call her what you want to call her. She stood for something. She died for what she believed in.
Yeah, and also this was the beginning of his Muslim arc, where he tells the public that he can't die because of his godly abilities.
Let me ask you this, man. If there were 2 envelopes or envelope in front of you, and in that envelope was the exact day that you were going to pass, would you open up that envelope and look at that date, or would you leave it sealed?
I know this is going to sound crazy, big brother. I can't die.
This gonna sound crazy. People not gonna understand it, but those that get it, get it. I'm one of them. I can't die. I've tried twice. I can't go.
And he would take his new wife to Mecca for Hajj. Once he got back from Hajj, he was turning all his friends into a Muslim every chance he got.
Hey, look, you repeat after me. They're gonna see you. Say, Ashhadu, Allah, I bear witness, that there is no God, worthy of worship, but Allah. And I bear witness, that Muhammad, is his last, prophet, and messenger. That's, you are Muslim. You are a Muslim. Congratulations. I love you, bro. I love you. Hey, you are Muslim. Supposed to tell the world this shit? Yeah, they need to know this. You took your shahada, you Muslim. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? It's 2.2 billion of us. Fastest growing religion in the world. You are Muslim now, brother. Yes.
It seemed like things were going pretty good for Kevin until May 26, 2017, when he got hit with another 30 months for a gun charge. Thankfully, he had his wife out here holding him down, and she was able to make sure that his next drop came out smooth. When Gates drops by any means too, while still in prison. Thankfully, Gates has a solid legal team because he would only do 9 months out of that 30-month sentence. And as soon as Kevin is released, he blesses the streets with an EP titled Chained to the City. And in addition to that, less than 6 months later, we get Luca Brasi 3 as well. Following the release, we would get a vlog from Kevin where we really get an inside look on his perspective of the industry, saying don't sabotage yourself because you're afraid to embrace greatness.
It is difficult to embrace greatness. And sometimes as human beings, we'll sabotage our own careers.
Now, somebody else that shares the same perspective is NBA YoungBoy, which people were kind of skeptical as far as his relationship with Kevin Gates as well.
What do you tell Kevin? Gonna come out with the album together? Yeah. He's talented, you're talented? He's gonna pull up here. This is Tyler, he works with me. Gates gonna pull up here. You gonna pull up? Yeah. Where you from?
Now, you know it's close to have a homie nearby, especially in an industry like this. And Gates made sure that NBA YoungBoy wouldn't be going anywhere when he got a tattoo of his face on him.
Nah, I got a tattoo of him on me because I love him. And you can say what you want to, but just in Louisiana, when we love somebody, we appreciate them while they're alive. And we get their faces as monumental, you know what I'm saying? He is young, and I saw a lot of myself in him. And you know, I was like, yeah, nah, I love him, come here, put him under my wing.
I guess in the concept of giving your people their flowers while they're here, it really does make sense if you think about it. At this time, Gates drops Only the Generals Gonna Understand. Now, this project didn't do as well as they thought it would, so he went on Everyday Struggle to get some promo. And he had a bone to pick with Academics when he pulled up.
Some things sound like, yo, damn, I should really go look up that shit in terms of what he said about his skin. This nigga talking chemistry. Then other things are like, yo, what the fuck is he talking about? Is he on some bullshit?
Dumb people can't be smart, but smart people can be dumb. Again, I'll say it reversed. Smart people can be dumb, but dumb people can't be smart. So in the eyes of a dummy, I mean somebody that doesn't have a understanding nature.
I can't with you.
I mean, he just sounds smart using all them big words. I have eloquent speech.
Which of course Ack had to address some of Gates' recent viral clips.
I was like, this guy, he's saying stuff for internet intention. He got me saying stuff.
When you said that you kissed the dog, that's what you
when
talking about?
I kissed the dog in the mouth?
Yeah, and then you
a woman asked me, why are you kissing the dog in the mouth? Ain't no dick, never been in my dog mouth.
Speaking of viral clips, remember when this guy was going around doing pranks in the mall when he would walk up to celebrities and call them by the wrong name? Gates has to have one of the best reactions.
Oh shit, my favorite rapper, Lil Boosie, bro. Lil Boosie, bro. My favorite rapper, Lil Boosie. Yeah, put your Lil Boosie, bro.
Hey,
Lil
brother.
What's up?
Hey, real talk. My man Kevin.
You Kevin?
Yes, sir.
You ain't Lil Boosie?
No, sir.
Oh, that you Lil Boosie.
But shout out to Lil Boosie.
Coming into 2020, it wouldn't be long after this content would die after the pandemic hit. People were forced to come up with more creative ways to promote their pages, including these strange fan interactions that Kevin would have, and they would always go viral every time.
To each his own, you know?
The dress I made. I know. You cute. Look at her. I want a kid.
Hey, she powerful too.
Yeah, I did magic on my brother yesterday.
Don't talk, sweetheart. It's okay. You're a silly man. I can talk to kids.
She powerful.
I know.
Cause you know, that's a lot of people right there.
I like her hair.
All this attention on Instagram, Vice actually reached out and decided to give Gates his own show titled Helpline, where people would call in and Gates would give him life advice.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Kevin Gates. This is the Kevin Gates Helpline. What we're going to be doing today is taking calls from listeners all over the world, helping them sort through some of life's issues. Make sure you stay tuned because some of their questions may be the same questions you have.
As much as Gates is a personality for TV, he'll always come back to music. So during the pandemic, he decided to go to Puerto Rico to finish his next project, Only the Generals Part 2, which dropped in February 2021. Now, as complicated as a person Gates seems to be, Kevin would open up in an interview with Mike Tyson on the events that led to Kevin's behavior that we see today.
You as a kid, man, what brought you into the rap game?
It was an escape for me. And I'm going to say something. I never said this in no interview, no podcast or anything like that. I grew up real violent and real aggressive. Not because I wanted to be, but I was molested when I was a child. So I had this fear of being vulnerable. So I took every kind of martial arts you could take. And I even boxed. I did everything. And I wanted to be the toughest person on earth. But writing and making music was always an escape for me. Like, I never had the nuts to come out and say that. This is my first time saying this today. Since I've been.
But I know that route too. Why do you think I became the meanest motherfucker on the planet?
After this, we wouldn't see Kevin in media too much for about the next 6 months until January when he did a Revolt interview where he made claims of being immortal and being related to Jesus.
I'm getting it right this time. I'm never gonna see a physical death. I'm gonna transcend over. You know, Jesus Christ, may peace be upon him. For people that don't know my background, my father's Muslim. I'm Muslim. My Muslim name is Isa. Jesus, may peace be upon him. This is my first time saying this on a podcast. My tribe I'm related to him twice.
And this was his response when he was asked about semen retention.
So let me ask you this. I have a question.
What's the question? I gotta answer.
About your okay, when you were just saying like how you don't release semen or whatever. So when you have sex, you don't climax. How does that work?
I ain't gonna. I'm a dog with eating pussy, but I really like to eat my woman ass. I like when she try to run, but cause I got a long tongue, so I like to go deep in her ass with that bitch. She running crazy. I'm a gangster. So anyway, yeah. Foreplay. You know, I love foreplay. You know,
right.
You know, so that's what I love. So through foreplay and aiming to please my partner, I get off on her getting off. I want to make you come. Like, I love when I just came. Like, don't tell me you can't. I want your body to lock up. I don't want to watch you run down my dick. That's just me. I feel like I did something because I brought you to a level of ecstasy I know you wouldn't experience it because you've been jammed up.
Now, speaking so provocatively around your kids, eventually they're going to catch on to the stuff you're talking about.
But my daughter called me the other day, Daddy. Her grandmother in the background, Daddy, what's an orgasm? I say, her grandma talking about, no, she want to know what an organism is. I say, which one you want to know, baby, an organism or an orgasm? She said, I want to know what an orgasm is. So I told her what the orgasm was. And she was like, okay, thank you, Daddy. Like, I tell my children the truth.
Now, following this interview, he was still on his godly arc. When on the Mike Rashid show, Gates says semen retention made me different and claims he started a car battery with his bare hands.
Like, even semen retention, I would retain semen whenever I was training for a fight or something like that. But then when I started just making semen retention a lifestyle, it turned me into something different. Like, different.
What did you feel like was what you gained from that? Because I have a different perspective on it.
I can move things. Mm-hmm. I can move things without any physicality. Mm-hmm. I could just move things. Mm-hmm. It's my life force. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to say too much, but I could do things mere mortals can't do.
Say it. Let's go.
I could just do things they can't do. Okay. I spoke about one thing on a podcast when I was talking about how this lady, her car was stopped, and I started her battery with just my hands, just my touch. Started the car battery. That happened. I done did that more than once. Recharge batteries.
Now, Drewski's reaction to these claims got to be the best one.
When I'm having sex with the woman, I don't release. It's about her having an orgasm. My semen is my life force.
Oh.
And what happens is when you keep it in your body and you retain your semen, this is what allows men to practice sacred masculinity.
So you ain't nothing. How long?
It's been quite some time. But I have wet dreams.
You gonna end up pregnant or something. I don't know what that
Now, we knew an album had to be on the way because Gates was saying some crazy shit again, like saying Beyonce need to let me hit it.
Ain't no disrespect to Jigga, man through Nipsey, that's my nigga. Don't know if they in the swing of Beyonce need to let me hit them.
And also,
oh, bitch, I'm back, bitch. Bitch, I can eat a nigga whole dick. You heard me? I'm out here.
yeah, and we were right because soon after that, Kaza drops. And following the drop, Gates' antics would continue. When Gates would go on DJ Academic's podcast and say that he would let another man hit his wife and tape it, bring it back, and watch it after.
But no, you said to Young Miami, you were like, yo, if you go sleep with somebody, bring the video back that we can watch. And I'm like, hold up, man.
You my favorite porn star. What up?
Oh yeah, and don't forget Kevin Gates' signature dance move, the dick all in your stomach dance. This went so viral that if you didn't know who Kevin was, you now knew him as the dick all in your stomach guy. And once again, Gates was forced to deal with the kids reciprocating his provocative behavior.
Fucked up, dog. My big daughter, 19, bro. It make me want to stop rapping about sexual shit. My daughter talking about she eat ass and shit. Oh, man. What the fuck? I had to listen to that shit. Dick, I'm on the phone. Dick, I'm just listening. I'm like, what the fuck? This is funny, man. I said it was a nigga or a bitch. He said that. I said, don't even tell me. I don't even want to know. I don't judge you. I love you. I ain't here to judge you. I love you. I said, man, what the fuck?
Now, unfortunately, around this time, Gates and Drika would decide to go their separate ways. And Gates would find himself in a few compromising situations. One being this tranny that comes out and exposes Kevin Gates for sleeping with her. Or at least, almost, it seems.
But no, it was literally, I'm not kidding, like spread eagle. I think he was like me out or something, and then in my brain he like stopped, and I'm like, oh, he knows my clit looks different, like fuck. Like I was like, fuck, what's happening? He was like, yeah, no, he's not out of breath that quick. Let me get this man an oxygen tank. But he was like, can I ask you something? And I go, yeah. And he was like, are you trans? And I go, and I was just like, I was so drunk, like, come on, there, like,
what gives you that idea?
And I was laying there and I go, you caught me.
Now, it's clear that this whole breakup is really messing with Kevin's head a little bit, and he starts making some wild claims online. One being that if any girl likes a Kevin Gates song, that she wants to fuck him, basically.
I hate to tell y'all this is real talk. If your girl or whoever, woman that you interested in, if she ever listened to a Kevin Gates song, she wanna fuck. She wanna fuck.
And then you got this really strange clip that, without context, I'm really unsure as to who it's directed at, to be honest with you.
Let the record reflect. He or she that ever did me dirty when I wasn't nothing but genuine with you people. Hey, I forgive you. I didn't understand it when I was going through it, but I thank you. Cause y'all made me dig deep and provoked me to be something that I never thought I could ever be. I'ma step away for a while and I'ma have my executive assistant take care of my affairs so I can stand on this nation business. Hey, but do me two favors. Find me that I say I told on him, and find me that I say he stuck his dick in me. Everybody that come around take my style and try to steal it.
Now, I know there was some sort of snitch rumors going around at the time, so maybe you guys can let me know in the comments who this is directed towards. Throughout 2023, Kevin Gates would still consistently find himself in headlines. First, when he was teaching his 10-year-old daughter how to drive without a seatbelt. Taking his Instagram live to the bathroom while he takes a piss. At one of his live shows, he went viral for spitting in a fan's mouth. And when asked how he feels before he hits the stage, Gates said,
I got butterflies.
You got butterflies?
Yeah.
Kevin Gates would stay in the gym the rest of 2023, and 2024 displayed the new Kevin Gates. He would go on Sway's Universe to talk about what caused the transition.
I was 310 pounds. I was a slob. You know what I'm saying? And I used to go in and point out everybody else's flaws because I had a fear of somebody seeing me for me. It took anger, frustration, and when I told you about the little baby who was trying to suck my titty and everybody laughed at me. And I needed that. because that was harsh reality. But that's what motivated me to put in the work.
And just recently, in January 2024, Kevin Gates drops The Ceremony, which in this project you can really hear the growth, and as a fan we really love to see it, even if the growth doesn't necessarily translate in other areas.
I had got 2 sandwiches from Chick-fil-A. Now I gave this lady one of my sandwiches, right? See what the name is on that bitch. Yeah, God. Yeah, that's me. But anyway, so I just love when they be like, God. I be like, yes, Lord. Bless you, my child. But anyway, long story short, I reached her my Chick-fil-A sandwich out the window, right? This motherfucking bitch then put my Chick-fil-A sandwich in her book sack and put the sign back up there. Now, I thought you said you was hungry. You would work for food. You should have ate that bitch right there. You so fucking hungry. She put that bitch in her book sack and put the sign back up. I said, you bitch.
However, the world is still on the edge of their seat to hear what Kevin Gates is going to say next.